Today I discussed about preposition and phrasal verb according to your topic. Okay. Hello. Okay. Please listen and watch carefully. Good morning, students. Today সেটা ঠিক আছে। Good morning, students. Today I am discussing about prepositions and phrasal verbs according to your syllabus. First of all, I am just discussing about prepositions. At first, we have to know the preposition word. We have to know about the origin of preposition. Preposition, this word comes from two different words. These two different words are pre and position. These two words combinedly make a one word which is preposition. Which is preposition. The meaning of pre is before. The meaning of pre is before. And the meaning of pre is position is placed. So I just tell you the means of pre is before. The means of position is placed. These two words, pre and position, combinedly make an one word that is preposition. Okay? So, I just discussed how does these two words combined and make another word which is preposition. Before discussing the complete preposition, I just want to touch from parts of speech. You know parts of speech from your matriculation. I just touch this topic, parts of speech. because preposition is one of the parts of speech according to our English grammar. What is parts of speech? Parts of speech is when we write or speak a sentence or a speech then this sentence is constructed by many parts. These parts of this part of a sentence or speech are called togetherly the parts of speech. When we write or speak a sentence in English, a speech or a speech, speech and sentence, speech and sentence both are same. Then this sentence or speech is constructed by many parts. These parts of a sentence or a speech are called togetherly the parts of speech. Just for example, just watch. The book is on the table. The book is on the table. It's a sentence. This sentence contains many parts of speech. The first parts of speech is book. It is noun. The second parts of speech is each. It is verb. The third parts of speech is on. It is preposition. And the fourth parts of speech is table. It is also a noun. So, when this sentence is analyzed or divided, we get 1, 2 and 3 parts of speech. In this way, or just as same, every sentence has some parts of speech. Some parts of speech combinedly or jointly build up a sentence, like this sentence. Just remember, here the and the, it is also a part of speech. We know 8 parts of speech, but the 9th parts of speech, exceptionally the 9th parts of speech is determiner or article or determiner. So the the is definite article and it is also an parts of speech. So when we analyzed this sentence, we get 1, 2, 3 and 4 parts of speech. Same way, every sentence has some parts of speech. Okay? I just tell you, according to English grammar, how many parts of speech and which are they. The first parts of speech according to English grammar is noun. The second parts of speech is pronoun. The third parts of speech is adjective, and the fourth parts of speech is verb, and the fifth parts of speech is adverb. The sixth parts of speech is preposition. The seventh parts of speech is conjunction. The eighth parts of speech is interjection, and exceptionally the ninth parts of speech is article or determiner. Just I tell you again, the first parts of speech is noun, the second is pronoun, the third is adjective, the fourth is verb, the fifth is adverb, the sixth is preposition, which in your topic, the seventh parts of speech is conjunction, eighth is interjection. Generally, in English grammar, we follow these 8 parts of speech, but it is an exceptional. It is also an parts of speech, 9th parts of speech, article or determiner. Clear? So, students, I just come to the point what is in your topic, that is preposition. So, first of all, we know about the definition or the clarification analyzed of the preposition. So, first of all, we know about what is a preposition. Okay? Just watch and listen carefully. The definition of preposition. A preposition is a small word placed before a noun or a pronoun to show its relation to some words, to some other words, to some other words in a sentence. That is called preposition. So I just again tell you, a preposition is a small word, okay, placed before a noun or a pronoun, okay, to show its relation to some other words in a sentence. This is the correct and appropriate definition of preposition according to modern English grammar. You can write it your exercise copies, okay. In English grammar, there are so many prepositions we just use in our day-to-day life. When we speak with anybody in English, or when we write anything in English, we just use so many prepositions. So I just give you some prepositions that is used in our day-to-day life. These common prepositions are at, in, into, above, on, over, before, after, ago, below, from, etc. So many prepositions we used in our daily life regularly when we speak with anybody in English or when we write anything in English. We just commonly used these prepositions. Except these prepositions, there are a huge prepositions in Pandora's box, means in grammar, okay. So I just give you some examples where the prepositions are used properly. The first prepositions use of the first preposition is at. Amor lives at Arambagh, where do we just watch a small village or a small town. We use this preposition before a name of the small village or small town. Okay, Arambagh is the name of a small village. So here I use this preposition at. Amon lives at Arambagh. Then I just coming to in, the using of in. Shoma lives in Kolkata. Kolkata is a great city, a vast area. So when we write the name of a big place, big town, then we use before this name in. Okay, Arambagh is a small village, so I use before it at. Kolkata is a vast city, big city, so I use this preposition in. Okay. Debu sings at morning. Here preposition is at, because morning is a particular time. When we use the name of a time, morning, afternoon, evening, night, then we use this preposition at before the time. Okay. Shibu built a house in a year. Here the preposition I used in, because here through this word a year reveals a duration, a long duration, so I used in. So when we use a long duration, a year, 2 years, or whatever, when we want to reveal a duration, long duration, we use the preposition in. Okay, it is the formal and common use of at in. By this sentence I want to show you the using of at in. By this sentence, please just watch the first sentence. Amar lives at Arambagh. According to your definition, preposition is a small word. Placed before a noun or a pronoun. Arambagh is a noun placed before a noun. To show its relation to some other words in the sentence. To show its relation, Arambagh, this word is related to this word lives and Amar. Amar is noun and it is verb. Preposition create a relationship between Arambagh to lives and Amar. So it is the perfect work or function of preposition. Okay. I just give you another some examples of preposition. After that, I am coming to next. You know the preposition by or with. I just give you few sentence where use by and with as a preposition. The tiger was killed by Bagha Jatin. In this sentence, we use this preposition by because this sentence reveals an incident which was happened in past by this person Bagha Jatin. So we here write use the preposition by to make a relationship between this noun Bagha Jatin with the verb and noun tiger. Okay? Please watch, students. Sisir killed the snake with a stick. In this sentence, I use the preposition with. I use the preposition with. Why I use it? Because in this sentence, a meaning or sense reveals that Shishir is a subject and the snake was killed by the Shishir. So Shishir here actively killed a snake with a stick. So here I use this preposition with. Stick is noun, preposition here situated or placed before a noun and make a relationship between with snake, the, killed and Shishir. These four words. Okay? Then we just coming on, over and above. These three prepositions are the meaning of these three prepositions probably near, probably same, but some small difference between on, over and above. I just want to show the small difference where we use on and where we use over and where we use above. Please watch this sentence. Put the book on the table. Okay, here we use this preposition on. Why I used here on? Why I cannot use, do not use over or above? Because the height of the table is just height of the table is very small height, very little height of the table from earth. From surface level, the height of the table is very small, very short height. So we use the preposition on when you write a sentence. This type of sentence, we just show the height of the any instrument is short heighted, then we use on. The second sentence, please watch carefully. The second sentence is, the fan is moving over its head. In this sentence, I use over. It is also a preposition. Why I used over? Why I do not use on in this sentence? Because the height of the fan means the height of the ceiling of any building. It is more than longer, more than long height, more than high from the table. Because the height of the table is short height, small height. The height of the ceiling is over that, it is the long height, so we use over. Okay, then please watch it carefully. The sky is above our head. I use this preposition above. Because the sky is located or situated very high, I mean to say above our head, means it is the distance of sky is long distance from our earth or from our head. So I use above. Please look these three prepositions on, over and above. I used on the table. According to the height of the table, I used on. According to the height of the ceiling, I used over. According to the height of the sky, I used above. These are three prepositions, and both these three prepositions are meant same, but the using is different. Okay. Prepositions may combined with other parts of speech like adverb and verb. You just watch in any sentence, some sentence where prepositions are combined with another parts of speech like adverb or verb. This adverb and preposition means adjective and verbs. Certain adjectives are followed the particular prepositions. I just show this adjective plus preposition, the combination of adjectives and preposition. We use the combination of adjective and preposition. We use it. It is an combination. It is an combination. Combinedly adjective and preposition are used in different sentences, in few sentences, like afraid of. Here of is preposition, afraid is adjective, and of is preposition. Here adjective afraid and of combinedly make a preposition, that is afraid of. Just a minute. Okay, afraid of, it is a combination of adjective and preposition. I just show a sentence where this combination is used. This sentence is, children are afraid of snakes. Not so children, everyone afraid of snakes. Children were afraid of snakes. Here we use this kind of combination, afraid and of. Afraid is adjective and of is preposition. Okay? Then I just give you another example. We are proud of being Indians. Here proud of, it is the combination of adjective and preposition. Proud is the example of adjective and of is preposition. In this way, in several sentences, we use adjective and preposition combinedly. Then I am coming another combination, that is verb and preposition. It is also a common combination. It is also a common combination which we used in several sentences. The verbs and preposition, verb and preposition combinedly used in some sentence. Just like the sentence, Please watch carefully. The students are waiting for their teacher to come. In this sentence, one verb and one preposition combinedly situated or placed. This verb plus preposition is waiting for. It is verb, waiting is verb, and for is preposition. So students, we use this type of combination in different sentence, several sentence, many sentences. Verb plus preposition, adjective plus preposition combinedly. I just give you another example which contains verb plus preposition. One should always hope for the teacher, hope for the best. One should always hope for the best. Here, hope is a verb and for is preposition. So here, combinedly, hope and for is used. And make this sentence complete. Okay, so in this way adjective and preposition combinedly used. In this way verb and preposition combinedly used in several sentences. Okay students, today I just covered the topic according to your syllabus, that is preposition. So I hope you all realized and understand about the beginning part of the preposition from the ending part of the preposition. Okay, thank you all. Be stay in home, be safe, and I request you just continue your study about preposition after this class. Thank you all.